Welcome to another installment of Media Mesh, where I give my unapologetic opinion about everything from music, movies, news, and reality TV, all in a 5 minute wrap up. So stick with me. So, Virginia Beach police officer won't face charges in killing of black man. And you probably know that, ironically, this is a black man who shot him, who happens to be a police officer. Now, this is quite interesting. We always have situations like this. Generally, it's the officer is pretty much white for the most part, but now we're dealing with a case where the officer is black. Now, in this case, Officer Simmons rather, said in an interview with investigators that basically he was responding to a barrage of more than 50 gunshots in a parking lot on the city's ocean front when he encountered Lynch. He was not part of the shooting, but was making his way to his own vehicle after a night of chilling, I guess, on the strip at the bars and restaurants. And then he said he was exiting the parking lot when he noticed someone who seemed out of place. Interesting. How could you seem out of place in an area where I'm sure it must have been other black people enjoying the bars and the restaurants? What made him out of place? I don't know. So I guess we have to kind of delve into that a little bit there. But then he said he heard a gun being cocked and glanced over and saw a man crouched behind some bushes surrounding the parking lot where the shooting had just occurred. Simmons said the man started to rise with his weapon. The officer said he thought the man might start to open fire on officers and other people milling about in the parking lot. Now, that's what he says. So, a lot of people who were out there saying that there was no warning, particularly this young man's friend said that there was no warning. So, then I guess we have to wonder, well, why would this guy who did not raise his weapon toward the officer want to start shooting at the officer? What would be the point? If he's getting in his car and about to go about his business, why would you want to get into an altercation with the police? But again, we don't understand why people do whatever they do. But that's what he thought. Obviously, the family thinks otherwise. And so, another interesting part about this, um, it says that prosecutors said Lynch never pointed his gun directly at Solomon, like I mentioned before, but a round was discovered in the chamber, which is no surprise there. Stolle said the special grand jury, which spent months investigating the shooting, found Simmons acted in self defense and in defense of others. Who was in danger at this point, is the question. There were numerous people in the parking lot when Officer Simmons saw Mr. Lynch starting to come up with the firearm. Stoll said, "It is not only just whether the weapon was pointed at Mr. Simmons, but also are the people in the parking lot at risk." So, did anyone come forward and say that they felt that they were at risk? Do you have any witnesses that are saying that they felt that they were in danger because this man was by his car about to get in and then apparently was coming up with a weapon? I don't know. The scenario described by the officers is starkly different from an account provided by a friend of the family, Darian Marsh. He told the Washington Post and other media outlets that he was trailing behind Lynch when the shooting occurred. Marsh said that he did not see Lynch pull out a firearm and that Simmons fired without warning. Marsh said that he thought his friend's hands were in his pockets at the time when the gunfire began. Virginia Beach prosecutors cast doubt on Marsh's account, saying that the facts that they had collected did not square with it. Stoll said he called a special grand jury to investigate the shooting because Marsh and two other witnesses declined to give interviews to detectives. Special grand juries have the ability to subpoena witnesses to testify. So that's one thing there. They should have testified, of course, as to what occurred. Maybe that could have helped. I don't know. But the other thing that we have to keep in mind here, too, is that if his camera was on, then that would have erased any doubt, right? So the thing is, as it says right here, the circumstances of the shooting remain extremely murky for months because Simmons did not activate his body camera and no cell phone or surveillance video of the shooting emerged publicly. Prosecutors said Tuesday that Simmons had activated his body cam earlier on the night of March 26, but forgot to turn it on when responding to the incident that led to Lynch's shooting. Now, that's quite ironic. You are into a situation where you could possibly be shot yourself, so that information could help you. But also, as it turned out, that you ended up shooting someone else, and then that could have helped the other, either side, right? How do you forget to do something that should be so routine now? Anyway, got to go. Like, share, subscribe. Talk to you.